Welcome everyone to our pre-full moon garden visualization in Aquarius, February 2023. Let's continue to build our healing garden as a group. At some point within the 12 hours prior to each full moon, meeting DK there and turning our garden into a shrine of consecration, and intending to offer our garden as a chalice for the love of hierarchy to be poured in selfless service to humanity. Let's gather in our garden. But before we start, let us raise our consciousness into the head, as high in the head as you can. Feel as if you have a huge magnet above your head, pulling you up, attracting you upwards. And now carry the thought of that consciousness upward through the astral body, then to the mental body, then to the soul, by visualizing a lotus fully open, scintillating with light, as a symbol of your soul body. And now place yourself right in the center of your lotus, realizing that you, the personality, and you, the soul, are one. And from that point, definitely and consciously assume the attitude of the observer. Observe your personality below. Visualize your etheric body and see energy flowing freely up and down the etheric spine. And now consciously throw soul energy down into the center at the base of the spine, using indigo blue light, the ray of love. And now in your imagination, raise it slowly via the 5 centers up the etheric spine, then to the ajna, then to the crown, and back to the soul body. And now say the soul mantra: I am the soul. I am light divine. I am will. I am love. I am fixed design. And sound 1 Om as if you were the soul, in full expression and in the presence of the Master. And let's enter our garden. At the entrance, we stroll through arches of climbing roses, clusters of flowers in abundance overhead, and choose the colors that you like. And let the roses gently caress your face as you walk down the archway. Breathe in the delicate aroma of the cascading colorful roses percolating through the air, stimulating all your senses. And small, lovingly trimmed emerald green bushes line the stony pathway, and hear the crunch of the little stones under our feet as we walk down the archway. Along an embankment at the end of the archway, there are rows and rows of flowers, flowers of different hues and harmonizing tones of red, white, yellow, pink, all sorts of colors. And as we create these rows, we include our own favorite colors. The blooms shed fresh petals on the path, creating a soft carpet for us to walk on, releasing their individual fragrances as we step on them. On the opposite side of the embankment, we see right in the middle of our space of harmony, a lighthouse, standing tall and strong, shining beams of light in all directions as a symbol of our united group soul. And as we assemble there quietly, we hear a choir of birds fill the space with their clear, melodious notes, welcoming us to this unique space. A chorus of angelic voices sing a soft tune, accompanied by the sound of harps, divas gently strumming the chords. Sitting still around the lighthouse, we feel the gentle warmth of the rays of the sun. Feel them on your face, on your chest, on your back, and feel it penetrating your whole body. And in the background, the breeze softly swishing through the tall eucalyptus trees chants a melodic lullaby. These majestic trees cast their protective shadows on the grass as sunlight peeps through this peaceful garden. And DK tells us that the eucalyptus trees are the most advanced in the vegetable kingdom. So this is why they've been included in our garden. Around the lighthouse, we see large, quiet pool of crystal clear blue waters. And flowing from the pool, we see rivulets as we hear the gentle trickle of water. We also see 3 wider streams of golden water flowing steadily. And across them are curved wooden bridges. In one area of the pool, float lotuses of all colors in all stages of bloom. Some are in full bloom, revealing their gorgeous jewel, while others are just budding and barely showing their true color, all reflecting their light in the healing waters. Just beyond the pool, a hidden path leads to a cozy and serene corner. A few chairs or a bench and a small fountain containing supercharged, vitalizing water, perfumed by a single floating lotus, create the perfect spot for an informal sharing of one's difficulties or words of wisdom. Inhale the perfume of the flowers in that corner of the garden. Everything in this garden just quivers with livingness. And you can bring in people in this cozy corner, people whom you think need help, need healing. In the distance, we hear the soothing sound of water, and we follow it. We come to a tranquil pool where cascading water gently hugs rocks as it joyfully spills in a blue pool below, while bubbles of spray ricochet spiritedly in the air. Lush ferns alongside the rocks, draping in the water, enhance the serenity of the place, while the fiery brilliance of the orange and red leaves of surrounding trees brings warmth and invigorating energy to the area. In our mind's eye, we follow a pathway which leads to flower beds. They are a riot of spring color, of reds and creams and yellows and pinks, of such vibrancy, winding their way like a gentle stream among the trees. A row of violet flowers on either side of the meandering bed happily follows the path of the flowers as they release their gentle perfume. Butterflies flutter through the air with their iridescent wings, attracted by the silent serenade of the blooms. They are like the flowers of the air. Their delicate and fragile wings are like floating petals, catching the light and twinkling like diamonds in the air. While buzzing bees surf the open spaces from flower to flower, seeking pollen, which looks like scintillating bright golden pixie dust. Nearby, the soft and gentle babble of the sound of the fountains reach our ears. Lush green grass lines a gentle stream like a soft velvety carpet. And in our imagination, we can feel the coolness of that grass. Very refreshing. and the air is full of the sweet fragrance of the flowers in full bloom, adorning the fringes of the streams in this tranquil garden, quivering with life, where all our senses, sight, hearing, and smell, and feeling are all stimulated, invigorated. But this garden that we've just created is our group garden. But let's take a moment to add a little corner which has our individual touch. Add the colors, the unique features and flora of your own country that you'd like to blossom in this tranquil and serene space. Now let's invite the presence and cooperation of the healing devas working under the Christ and Master DK. Visualize them surrounding us and enlivening our garden with their magnetism. And now sitting quiescent, our hearts beating as one. Let's link up with each other as we say the healer's mantra aloud together. With purity of motive, inspired by a loving heart, we offer ourselves for this work of healing. This offer we make as a group and to the ones we seek to heal. And mentally you can think of people that you would like to send healing to. Say their names aloud. As we close our outer eyes, we open our inner eyes and endeavoring to hold our mind unwaveringly in the group light. We know that Master DK too stands steady, pouring out upon us his love and strength and endeavoring to lift us up into a higher state of consciousness. We are now receptive to Master DK's radiant energy. The light of the lighthouse begins to shine brighter and brighter, intensifying gradually. And soon the light begins to take shape and a definite figure appears. And it is that of Master DK. Just be impressed by powerful waves of cosmic love emanating from Master DK at the summit of our lighthouse, streaming through our harmonious group and irradiating the garden around us and imbuing it with a water of life and love. And now let's listen intuitively to the Master's words and let them quench our thirst for loving understanding. Aquarius is the sign of world service. It is the coming expression of the group consciousness, which is the first and immediate revelation of the ever-present Christ consciousness on a large scale in humanity. It is also the sign of the men carrying the water pot. It is a force center from which the adept draws the water of life and carries it to the multitude. This force from the pole star via Aquarius is of special power at this time, and the day of opportunity is therefore great. It is one of the agencies which make the coming of the great Lord a possibility. This inflow of Aquarian energy is one of the factors which will enable the Christ to complete his task as world savior and world teacher. In the Aquarian age, the risen Christ is himself the water carrier. He will appear as the supreme head of the spiritual hierarchy, meeting the needs of the thirsty nations of the world. Thirsty for truth, thirsty for right human relations, and thirsty for loving understanding. And as the world's savior and teacher of the Aquarian age, the Christ assumes the role of the dispenser of the water of life. And the life aspect expresses itself in three ways: as physical life, nourishing the cells of the body. This life is found within each atom of substance as the central point of living light. It's the energy of the life aspect or Buddhi right in the center of every atom. Cosmic love to be found in every atom. Secondly, as livingness, seen as love and light within the heart. And three, as life more abundantly. This life can be known as light, love, and power within and above the head of the disciple of the Christ. Aquarius, one of the arms of the fixed cross, is outstandingly the cross of discipleship. The vertical life of the man upon that cross, no matter in what sign his sun may temporarily find position, is ever Aquarius Leo. This indicates that the self-centered individual in Leo learns the lesson of the cross and becomes decentralized, group conscious, and given to service. And the keynote for the developed Aquarian, esoterically, the developed Aquarian puts all he has in his water pot, storing it there for service and giving it freely on demand to meet a need. Also for those on the fixed cross, the words come forth, water of life am I, poured forth for thirsty men. DK tells us that we live in special times as we are entering another greatest round of the zodiac. And this coincides with a lesser zodiacal activity because Aquarius governs the greater immediate cycle of 25,000 years and is also the sign into which the sun is now moving for a period of 2,300 years. A most amazing happening and full of import in our planetary history, DK tells us. And it's a coincidence of which our planetary Logos is well aware and of which he is making full and intelligent use. And DK tells us that humanity is today participating in the preparatory tests for initiation, the initiation of the world disciple. And so, great is your privilege to be taking part in this, DK tells us. Forget not that 11 is the number of the initiate, and today it's the 11th house, which is so dominant. And forget not too that Aquarius, the 11th sign, is the sign of universal relationships, interplay, and consciousness. Aquarius is the personality ruler of Uranus is the personality ruler of Aquarius. It transmits ray 7, a synthetic energy on the physical plane, bringing together spirit and matter, or soul and personality, through the intelligent use of the mind. This mysterious and occult planet causes the great transference in the human consciousness from intellectual perception to intuitive knowledge. And the sun, Sirius, is closely related to our planetary life. This great sun, which is to our solar logos what the monad is to the spiritual man, has a peculiar part to play where our earth is concerned. And the energy evoked in response to that relationship, that is between this stupendous sun and hierarchy, enters hierarchy via the heart of the sun, creating as a consequence a triangle of spiritual energy of enormous potency, we are told. And Uranus, the exoteric ruler of Aquarius, transmit Syrian cosmic love to our planetary heart. Hierarchy. So today, Sirius is the transmitter of Syrian force via Pisces to our hierarchy. And what is Syrian energy? It's cosmic love, which emanates from Sirius, the soul or the monad of our solar logos. And that principle of cosmic love in a mysterious way, is the principle found at the heart of every atom. Important statement DK is making. Let's say it again. The principle of Buddhi, of cosmic love, is the principle found at the heart of every atom. Let's ponder on that statement for a moment. Let it sink in and impress the cells of our brain of its significance. The principle of freedom is a leavening energy which can permeate substance in a unique manner, enabling the life or spirit aspect to free itself from the impact, the contact, and the influence of substance. And this mysteriously exerted influence, this pulling away from form, emanates from Sirius. So if we see the table that DK gave us, so this cosmic love from Sirius pours through Pisces, then into our solar system, into Uranus, who then transmits it to the planetary heart center on Earth, hierarchy, who then distributes it to the heart center of the disciple, and then to the solar plexus of the disciple. So this law of freedom is responsible for our planetary logos being known as the great sacrifice. For under the control of this law, he created our planetary life and all that is within and upon it, in order to wield this law with full understanding, in full consciousness, and yet at the same time to bring release to the myriad forms of his creation. So this principle of freedom is absolutely fundamental to our planetary logos. Uranus, a Ray 7 planet, home to electric fire, allied to Ray 1 and its abstracting qualities, transmits then the Sirian energy of freedom, the principle of Buddhi, of life, of pure love, to the planetary heart, hierarchy, to the hearts of disciples. And this occult planet helps us then to achieve divine indifference and to detach our consciousness from personality issues or from the pull of the form, as it stimulates the jewel within. And Uranus therefore affects the soul life far more than it does the personality life. The combination of the influence of Sirius, Leo, and Uranus has been much needed at this time to foster and to bring about those conditions which will enable mankind, under the steady influence of hierarchy, to take the first initiation and to give birth to the Christ, thus revealing and bringing to the light of day the inner, hidden, spiritual man. Our Earth, being a non-sacred planet, is in process of becoming a sacred planet. This means an interim of upheaval, chaos, and difficulty. And the whole problem is vaster than anything the human consciousness can grasp, because it concerns the life experience in a point of crisis in the life of the planetary logos. So it might therefore be said, what is truly taking place in the world today is the transference of energy of the planetary solar plexus to the planetary heart center. The forces of cupidity, aggression, glamour, and greed will be transmuted in the present furnace of pain and fiery agony, and will be raised into the heart center. Uranus plays a major role in the transference of the disciples' focus into the fifth kingdom of souls. The triangle of Pisces, Uranus, hierarchy is becoming magnetically attractive to the triangle of humanity. And Uranus and Mercury in combination are dualities which the disciple learns to resolve. And in the process of this resolution, he shifts his focus out of the human kingdom into the kingdom of souls. Jupiter is the soul ruler of Aquarius. It's the second ray agent of the Christ spirit. It transmits ray 2 and fuses heart and mind. It is the outgoing expression of love. It stimulates the soul aspect in our planetary life, that is, in all forms, and even more so in those who respond to the energy of love. So let's pause for a moment and ponder on this important statement that DK gave us. The principle of Buddhi, of cosmic love, transmitted from Sirius by Uranus, is the principle found at the heart of every atom. The principle of Buddhi, of cosmic love, transmitted by Uranus from Sirius, is the principle found at the heart of every atom. Ray 2 is the healing ray par excellence, and the second healing ray is ray 7. So Aquarius, through its rulers, Uranus and Jupiter, transmits, therefore, the two healing rays. Ray 7, the ray of synthesis on the physical plane, and Ray 2, the ray of cosmic love. So you see, we realize, therefore, how important healing is to our planetary logos, to his plan. And Aquarius, being a dual sign, the stream is actually a synthesis of the flow of two energies, life and love. They embody not only the technique of Aquarian age, but also that of the healers. And as we know, the symbol of Aquarius depicts a man holding an inverted vase, pouring a stream of water. So this little planet of ours is essentially unique in its purpose and its techniques, and that on it and within it, a great redemptive experiment is going forward. And its scientific agents are the sons of mind, who choose to be the sons of men, and yet for all eternity remain the sons of God. And these sons of mind, these solar angels, were chosen in that far distant time when the fourth kingdom in nature came into being, to carry forward the science of redemption. And as it is said in the ancient archives of the Master, eventually the solar lords, through Manas, the mind, will control the lunar lords of elemental substance, and not alone their own, but that which looks to them for aid. Thus will redemption come to all through men, and thus the glory of the Lord of life be seen. From the standpoint of our theme, the evolution of consciousness, it must never be forgotten that the aim is to bring the solar angel, the son of mind, into the seat of power. And that task is preeminently entrusted to three lives who function through Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So then let's visualize our lighthouse, symbol of our united soul group, standing strong and detached in the middle of our garden, as Master DK at the summit pours the living Aquarian waters of life in the heart of every blade of grass, every flower, every lotus, every tree, and every molecule of water and every molecule of air of our garden. Let's visualize that very clearly in our minds. Imbuing our garden with the waters of life, with Buddhi, cosmic love. So now let's make use of our garden by pouring the Aquarian water of life in service, freely and selflessly, to thirsty men. By visualizing the flow of unconditional love and will to good, emanating from the triangle, the avatar of synthesis, the spirit of peace, and the Buddha, powering the Christ at the center, supporting their brother. Visualize this triangle now, superimposed on another triangle consisting of the Christ, the Master DK, and our soul group. Visualize these two triangles fusing and blending to form one triangle. And now superimpose these two blended triangles on our own group chakric triangle, made up of our group crown chakra, our group ajna, and our group alta major, bringing the will to good of cosmic love right down to the etheric levels. Visualize this clearly in your mind. All these triangles fusing and blending to form one triangle. And now let us place this blended triangle via our group ajna right eye, left eye triangle. Let us place it, impressing it upon the three planetary centers triangle: London, Geneva, New York. And see the dispelling radiance spreading from these three planetary centers into humanity's etheric body, to all humanity's chakras. And let us say the healer's mantra aloud in a low voice, saying it slowly and deliberately, believing in the results. May the love of the one soul, focused in this group, radiate upon you, our fellow men, and permeate every part of your body, healing, soothing, strengthening, and dissipating all that hinders service and good health. And may they store the water of life in their pot and carry it to the multitude. And may forgiveness, meaning to give forward, to give, be the keynote at this time. So just like Christ does, standing under the great pine tree in his garden at sunset, with his arms uplifted in blessing over all those who truly and earnestly seek to aspire, let's picture a great pine tree in our garden, and let's gather around the Christ, Master DK in the healing ashram, under this great pine tree, saying the great invocation together as one group. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. Visualize a shaft of light coming down on earth as we sound the blue Om. Om. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth and see a stream of love pouring down on earth, carried on the sound of our own. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. And again, see a stream of will to good pouring down from Shambhala on earth, carried on the sound of our own. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Now raise your clasp hands above the head and say, and so let it be, and help us to do our part. And bring your hands to your forehead and let them rest on your heart. May the blessings of the Christ and of the hierarchy rest upon all true servers, and may they stand tranquil in the midst of strife. And may the light of the garden of our souls be on the inner plane, what the sun is to the gardens of the world, a place of healing, of life, and love for many. And let us close with a minute of quiet. Thank you, friends, for joining us, and we will see you in meditation at the Aquarius full moon.